Welcome back. My name is Vidhi Salla and I will continue the introduction to the film Mughal Azam. I hope you enjoyed watching the first half of India's epic historical film. Up to this point, you saw how Emperor Akbar was anxious about the birth of his first child and heir to the throne. After much torment and prayers, the emperor and his wife bear their first child and name him Prince Salim. Salim grows up to be a fine young man, learns the tactics of combat, appreciates music and poetry, has charming manners, and falls in love with a dancer named Anarkali. Their courtship is interrupted by a vile court dancer, Bahar, who herself has dreams of marrying the prince. She slyly informs the emperor of the prince's courtship, and the emperor Akbar takes matters in his own hands and gets Anarkali captured. The emperor makes an agreement with Anarkali that he will grant her freedom on the condition that she must lie to the prince that her love was not true and that she was only interested in his wealth and his royal status. She is to do that in a public gathering, perform a dance to reinstate her place in society, and declare that she is just a lowly gold digger. The second half of the film begins with that dance performance. Now, this dance sequence is as epic as the film itself. The song is called Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya, which translates as Why Should I Afraid to Be in Love? It was filmed in a studio in Bombay. The set was built to replicate the Sheesh Mahal or Palace of Mirrors that is located inside the Lahore Fort, which is in modern day Pakistan. As the name suggests, this particular palace was studded with mirrors in ornate patterns all over the walls and the ceiling. To create the film set, workers from the city of Firozabad crafted and created this design full of Belgian glass. It took years to build a set that was to be used in a 7-minute song sequence. Why did it take years? Because the first time they built the set, director K. Asif came to look at it. He took one look, took a puff of his cigarette, and said, I don't like it, make it again. At that time, it cost about 2 lakh Indian rupees to create this film set. When adjusted for inflation, it would cost about 200,000 US dollars today to execute the song sequence that was the budget of an entire Bollywood film. It was also the only song in the film to be shot in Technicolor because the director wanted to showcase the colors and beauty of the court and courtly costumes. Yes, that's right. Mughal Azam was filmed in black and white. But years later, in 2002, a corporate arm of the original production company of the film undertook the restoration and colorization of Mughal Azam. Extensive research, museum visits, and consultation with historians went into the study of costumes and decor at the time. After 18 months, a software was developed to colorize the entire film. The negatives were cleaned up, background noise in the dialogues was cleaned at a studio in the US. The soundtrack was created with more instrumentation and chorus singers. The colored Mughal Azam released in the year 2004. I was lucky to watch this in theaters and it was an incredible experience. Mughal Azam as a film is not considered historically accurate in its representation of the Emperor Akbar's regime. For example, the character of Prince Salim is shown to be gentle and romantic. However, the real life Salim was a brutal drunk who would often order death sentences or kill his dissenters mercilessly. The classical music and dance form Thumri showed in the film actually developed much later in the 19th century. However, the objective of the director was to create something on celluloid that people will remember watching all their lives. I'd love to connect with you all via my email ID, which is available on my website, vidhism.com. All episodes of my show are also available on my website. My show, Vidhi's Bollywood Jukebox, airs on the airwaves of WVWLP 1077 FM every Thursday afternoon from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Thank you for this opportunity. Namaste.